This is a reminder that on Sunday, May 27th, Let's Play Novara Autism will be launching Rocket League to the channel. And to celebrate, we'll be welcoming Farewell for Hire with the special charity streams to support Cystic Fibrosis Canada. We look forward to seeing you then as we support this wonderful cause and launch Rocket League here on the channel. So, after our victory... and she's still breathing. Oh, and someone has the audacity to take a shot at her. Yeah, as we look behind us. Yeah, who else would? Yeah. Your sister suffered enough and now you just add on to it. Yeah, we have all the reason in the world to be mad at this guy. Definitely
you really
the biggest
must learn
psycho.
To finish the job.
Yeah, definitely the biggest psycho we've ever had to deal with the Guardian Empire so far.
'Tis true that a gaudy mirror and a handful of crystals make for a feeble summoning. But even the weakest icon is a god of sorts. A threat that must be put down.
Yeah, anything he'll say to justify his actions, right?
My, such hostility. These beings are the sworn enemies of the Empire. I merely did my duty as an Imperial officer.
Of course you did.
Will you surrender to anger then? Slay an anointed emissary to avenge a fallen foe?
Yeah, we are so
You
mad at him.
cannot, of course. To do so would burn the bridges we have labored so hard to build.
Who's been burning bridges? Yeah, you're twisting my works in crazy ways.
But I'm forgetting. They're already ash. This doorman woman has seen to that.
The Empire cannot ally itself with any nation that refuses to renounce summoning. I believe I was most clear on that point.
Even though you brought it and actually allowed it to happen? Yeah. Yeah, the rage at this guy's ridiculous.
It should have been mine. The power he bestowed upon her. I should have been the one to govern Dorma. I would have repaid his faith.
But yeah, he gave you this fancy position to manipulate people however you want.
No one alive loves him more than I.
Even so much you want to marry him? If you love him, why don't you marry him?
Instead, this harlot betrayed his trust. Useless piece of filth! Worthless whore!
And this would be called, yeah, you may shut up now. Yeah, she's still alive. Even with 2 bullet shots.
Thank you, dear brother, for this precious gift. Vengeance.
Yeah, he's in the air with 2 lances thrust through him. Actually, no, those look closer to samurai blades.
These people, our people, they ignore the corruption which festers beneath the surface. Cast aside that which is dirty and broken. Speak not of things which would disrupt their dreary little lives.
Yeah, now she's in
Like
control.
you, Asahi. Always pretending not to see. You were the first. The first I swore to kill.
Oh, really? Yeah, look at him. Yeah, and that'll be a twist of the blade.
Such bliss. I had thought my hunger insatiable. But now I am satisfied.
After all this time. Yeah, go for a ride.
You should feel honored, dear brother. I saved the last of my strength, just for you.
And now she's out. Yeah, and now they're dead together. Does this make you think of Game of Thrones? Because it certainly makes me think of it. Yeah, I'm the last thing you'll ever see.
What's the matter? The Witch of Doma will soon be dead.
Yeah, we even get to say, Setsu will mourn you or sue you to serve the kinder fate. Given what she's gone through. I mean, look at all you had to endure. And then they turn you into this.
Her happiness was never to be. Not in this world. I wonder, was the fruit as sweet as he remembered?
Yeah, a passing thought as you're finally out of gas. As, yeah, the power parts from you. Yeah, now she's back to normal, but now of course she's dead.
Lord,
And yet still, yeah. Asahi, she twisted 2 blades through you. And of course we have to have the echo occur. Well, don't spoil anything there, Astrophile93, but welcome
Lord
to Let's Play
Xenos.
Novel Autism. And we're glad to have you with us. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, here's the revived Lord Xenos that he's meeting with.
I am at your disposal. Asahi, you were born of Doma, yes? Yes, my lord. I am honored that you would remember me. How may I serve? You are hereby appointed Ambassador Plenipotentiary, and empowered to speak with the voice of the Emperor. Return to your native land of Doma, and announce your intention to sue for peace.
Yeah, here's where the scheme will unfolded.
For peace?
Yeah, he's confused.
Once negotiations are underway, you are to locate the acting viceroy. She lives? That is to say, I will, my lord. When you have found her, you will initiate a ritual to call forth an icon. I will instruct you in the necessary steps.
Yeah, of course you would know how to do this because, of course, yeah, we know what happened with Shinryu.
Yotsuyu's faith is unreliable. But as a child raised to believe in the Kami, she will serve as a vessel for one of the Kojin's gods. She need only wish it to be so.
Yeah. Give her this.
The power will seem a gift, but the Icon's essence will consume her. She will be no more than a husk, a slave to whim and desire.
My lord, ever since the day you saw fit to save my miserable life, I have dreamed of repaying your benevolence. Upon my honor, I swear to devote myself wholly to your service. All that you command will be done, no matter the cost.
Well, he certainly did it pretty well.
But I fear the subtleties of your plan yet elude me. From the reports I have heard, the champion who aids the Doman resistance would make short work of a single icon.
Oh, that they do.
The Icon is merely a message. The pacifist teachings of the Populares spread through this city like a plague. And I would remind the people of the threat we face. You will be my chosen agent. The hand which tolls the warning bell. The salvation of this world will not be won through the signing of treaties.
Well, you always were thinking that way.
Your chosen agent.
Yeah, you should be so happy.
I will not fail you, my lord.
And yet you did. Eventually, but you did fail. Yeah, he kind of did, didn't he? You still alive?
My master, Lord Xenos, he will come for you.
Can you die now, please? Thank you. This family is officially
You have
dead.
prevailed, I see.
And yes, Lord Hien, we have prevailed. Hey, Gosetsu, welcome. Yeah, sorry, man. Asahi made her do this. Don't blame us, please.
She is gone.
Sorry, man.
Wherefore did the Kami spare us, only to inflict this pain?
Okay, thanks for joining us, Bender. Yeah, I mean, you saw the main event.
Death shall not want for company this day. You spared us a worse disaster, but I fear our fledgling peace with the Empire was beyond saving.
Of course it was.
Lord Hien,
But... back for more?
Maxima, is it not? I assumed you long fled.
I entertain thoughts of escape even now, but our negotiations have yet to reach a satisfying conclusion. The ambassador insisted that the summoning spelled an end to our mission here, but it seemed to me there was more to the tale.
Oh, it did. Yeah, what we say? I saw a vision of Asahi's past, or Xenos was behind this plot. Well, I think it's important that we tell him that we saw this through Asahi.
I have heard tell of this power you wield. And in your vision, you witnessed Lord Xenos giving these orders.
How can that be? Xenos is dead. He took his own life after the battle in Alamigo. I saw his body with my own eyes.
And so did I.
Forgive me, but Lord Xenos is very much alive. He granted our party an audience prior to our departure. That he was gravely wounded is certain, but his recovery appeared to be proceeding apace.
I'm afraid I share Lord Hien's confusion. The man's death was confirmed and his remains interred. These are matters of public record.
So much to try to understand.
I have no doubt you believe what you say. But what then is the explanation? That an impostor has infiltrated the innermost circle of the Imperial Court? The idea is inconceivable, absurd. But worthy of investigation nonetheless. Our movement can ill afford to have a highly placed pretender undermining our efforts.
And we know that those are.
Your efforts may yet bear fruit. Tell me, what is to become of our prisoner exchange? Though we have already taken custody of our conscripts, we have yet to release your Imperial comrades. Do you still intend to collect them?
Yes. As the late Ambassador's second in command, it falls to me to speak on the Empire's behalf. And I'm happy to confirm our intent to proceed according to the original agreement.
Really?
Then let us be about it. 'Twould be a pity to abandon such a promising beginning.
Yeah. Especially since we're no longer dealing with false
Indeed.
pretenses.
You have my thanks, Lord Hien. As soon as our people are secure aboard our airship, we shall depart straightways for Garlemald.
Tread lightly, Pilus. I sense treachery awaits you there.
Yeah.
Might I accompany you to the capital?
Say what?
Alphino, have you gone mad?
Yeah.
Imposter or no, if Xenos was instructing Asahi on the finer points of ritual summoning, then experience tells us there is an Ascian waiting in the wings. Without our knowledge and expertise, our new friends will be hard-pressed to contend with a foe for whom death is but a minor inconvenience. They need our help.
Were you indeed willing to share your knowledge of this enemy, we would not shun your counsel.
Wow.
You truly mean to do this? In full knowledge of the danger?
Exactly!
I have seen the Warrior of Light risk her life on countless occasions. Next to her, I'm scarce more than a distraction on the battlefield. But in the meeting room or the audience chamber, there I can make a difference. I can strike bargains, forge ties, and change minds. And where better to do these things than in the home of our old enemy?
Yeah, I would say, this is your moment or I believe in you, Alpha Node. Let's give the man his due.
Tis not for me to stop you, but I would have you consider an alternative arrangement. Rather than braving the Empire as a simple traveler, go forth as an emissary of Doma. Such a position should offer you some measure of protection.
Yeah, let's hope it works.
Go then. You've obviously made up your mind.
He has.
Just try not to do anything reckless, all right?
Yeah.
I shall be on my best behavior. Farewell, my friends.
Lead on, sir. Yeah. How crazy is this? I mean, we've already seen crazy throughout the entire duration of this story. And now this is happening. Well, Hien, I guess now that we no longer have Alpha Node with us. I knew Hasahi was planning some manner of treachery, but a summoning? Thank the Kami you were here, my friend. None of us would have escaped Yotsuyu's vengeance had you not intervened. She was a pawn, aye, but she still had a choice, and she chose to submit to the ambassador's plan. 'Tis little wonder Gosetsu departed in silence. I gather he left the same way he came, alone aboard a rowing boat. As for the conscripts, most made it to the Sekibuni before the battle began in earnest, but the vessel yet waits on the riverbank for those who did not flee in time. Then I suggest we put this sulfur place behind us and make for the Enclave together. 'Twill be a shame to miss the joyous reunion. I would agree with that. Oh, Narco just logged in. Awesome. It's been a while since we've seen him. See, now we gotta wait out the loading screen as we make our way to our next destination, which is of course the Enclave. So now we just chill out on our way to get there. So upon our return, it's us and a whole bunch of people who are waiting on one side, and people wearing Guardian uniforms but are happy to be back. What may have seemed impossible has actually happened. These people are all back together again.
How often have I imagined this moment? Thank you for helping it come to pass.
You are more than welcome. Yeah, they're in tears, some of them. And with good reason. Yeah, this is definitely a celebration. And so later that day, with everyone having said their hellos and having reunited, their gratitude is expressed. Yeah, we should return the favor. Yeah, we have reason to be smiling. Yeah. These conscripts need a home now. A home, a bed, some warm food. And definitely with lots of stories to tell. Meanwhile, as we're having our own conversations...
Ah, there you are.
Yeah, welcome back, Osetsu. Yeah, you're probably wondering, is something different? Well, there is. He shaved his head.
Gosetsu, your hair.
My friend, what have you done?
What has he done? Yeah, we're all so shocked.
An old man who cannot raise his blade has no place in the service of a young lord. Thus did I decide to devote my remaining days to pilgrimage. I will walk this land, offering prayers of repose for all the souls who left this life in suffering.
That's very noble of you.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them? How will you find them all? Yeah. We're not down with this idea. Like, safe travels or don't leave us, Gosetsu. But yeah, he seems intent to live out his own life now. And besides, he's helped us so much.
A fulsome farewell makes for an enjoyable journey.
Scarcely have we said our goodbyes to Alphino, and you leave us too.
Yeah. Our friends
But
are dwindling in numbers.
'tis well that my companions find their own way forward. I must endeavor to do the same.
I have faith that you will find the best path for Dorma without me, my lord. Pray forgive me this last act of selfishness. and grant me your blessing.
You have earned it 1,000 times over. Go in peace, my friend. I shall make of Doma a land where children laugh and none need live in fear.
There is no better way to honor those who went before.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Taking a look at the people who have been with you either only briefly or for a long time.
And with that, I take my leave.
Take care of yourself there, big man. So crazy to see him with a shaved head. But I'm pretty sure that is something that is associated with Japanese culture to some extent. I mean, I don't know, Scott, if you're still watching right now, if that is something you can verify. Alright. Yeah, everyone's coming back. Let's speak with the Lord. Ah, Gosetsu. Fair journey to you, my friend. A bittersweet occasion, but there is yet ample cause to be grateful. Pray join us in the Kiancon. I would thank you properly. And with that, I can also put this away for the night. Yeah. We had our time where we needed to be in combat, but once again, it's time to be pacifists. So let's go ahead and speak with Hien. Yeah, I should point out, Astrofel, that I'm intentionally picking the options that I didn't pick when I was practicing earlier with my other avatar. Because I just wanted to see the other reactions. Our brothers and sisters are returned to us, and the dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer to being realized. It is a day that will live long in memory, and one that would have never dawned without the courageous actions of the Scions. On behalf of Doma and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. Lest you think me complacent, I assure you, I have not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Xenos lives is a source of grave concern, mayhap the gravest. Yet there is little to be done but wait for Alpha Note to send word. Until then, I plan to devote myself to fulfilling the promise I made to Gosetsu. By building a nation in which none need live in fear. I confess I miss him already, but the thought that he has at last found peace goes some way to softening the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed Yotsu such kindness? I believe the answer lies in past tragedy, specifically the death of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Though he hid it well, they were never far from his thoughts, and in Yotsu's childlike mien, I believe he saw not a fallen tyrant, but the little girl who was lost to him. After the loss of his family, Gosetsu devoted himself wholly to the service of his country. He suffered any hardship, strove beyond the limits of endurance without hesitation or complaint. Though Tsuyu could never truly replace his daughter, I hope that with her at his side, he might live out the remainder of his days in relative contentment. Would that the Kami had been so minded! Even now I am able to discern any meaning in Yotsu's fate. To deliver her from certain death with no memory of our sins, only to leave her at the mercy of her stepbrother? Can that truly have been their will? Quite convoluted, isn't it? That I cannot tell you. The will of the Kami is not for us to know. But what I do know is that for a brief moment, a girl known as Tsuyu lived among us. And that she brought with her a whisper of respite for a grieving heart. Yeah, I think we can definitely agree on that. With that, this quest is finally finished, and we can take the 3,000 gil that goes with it. Stand strong and unified! But we're not done. there is still more to do. Let's go ahead and speak with Alice for our next quest, the last main story quest entitled Under the Moonlight. Alice seems ready to bid farewell to Doma. I think it's time we were going, don't you? We've done all we can here and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones that's calling at Rhaegar's Reach, we should be the ones to tell Lisa about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. And so away she goes. Anya and Yugiri, I don't know if we will see you again within the Stormblood storyline, but if we don't, thank you so much for taking this journey with me, and I was glad to be part of yours too. So let's make our way to Rhaegar's Reach. No, the way I've been doing this since Heaven's Ward, I always have two avatars to use. One to practice with ahead of time, and then when I actually start streaming, then I use my main avatar for my use in my stream to do everything that I did before. Whether or not it actually succeeds, that all depends. Plus, on top of that, there have been instances where I've been not able to complete all the content of a main story patch all the way through before going on air. So there have been instances like the battle against Needhog in Heaven's Ward where I was able to get up to that battle before I had to go to work, but then I could not get to start the battle in time. So after that, when I got back home, I just decided, you know what, we'll just go ahead and do it normally. But that didn't work out pretty well because the battle took me 2 hours. Yeah, I will definitely need to start working on grinding Tomestones of Mendacity for Corinne to help with her alt classes. Yeah, the one I really want to focus on with Corinne is Samurai right now, even though I know I can definitely work on others. So as we made it back to Lisa and Monago. Corinne, Alice, you're back! No, Alpha, no? It's good to see you, Lisa. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. Yeah, like, what? It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But that's... If this is a joke... God, this had better be a joke. Oh, it's not. No, I played through the trial. I was able to get through that successfully. With my earlier run off-screen. Look, I know what I saw, right? We all saw it. And you're saying he's alive and well and living a high life back in Garlemald? I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. But while I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Corinne's. She saw the Crown Prince through the Echo in a meeting that could have only taken place in the recent past. Yeah, it was him. It was Xenos. Yeah, sorry to break your heart, Lise. No, it must have been... I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? Oh, really? Thor's gilded halls, whatever are you talking about? Hey there, Thancred, good to see you too. Thancred? What brings you to the Reach? Arthur noted lending a hand at the saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running, and now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my merry way back to headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business? As much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defining his grave. But if we will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried in Bloodhow in the Locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked so as not to upset the locals. I'm surprised you even gave him a proper grave. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nogo, you're in charge until I get back. Yeah, we've got more things to do, so let's be on our way. So we're gonna go and warp over to the locks then. It's faster to get there through Proto Pretoria than it is through the Alamegan Quarter. Because through the quarter you have to actually leave the quarter physically, and then you have to get to where you need to go. So yeah, where we want to head off to is over in this direction. Classic Lise. Well, not really, because she, in Realm Reborn, she was more of a ditz than anything. She, mentally speaking and intellectually speaking, she's come a long way, though. Yeah, her outfit also creeped the crap out of me. With the masked turban and the really short shorts. Yeah, memories that'll definitely be burned in my mind as long as I play this game. Well, we found what we were looking for. This is it. God, he'd better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but I had it scrubbed off and thought no more about it. So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied. Well then, we are presented with but one course of action. And we'd best be sure we are not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin? So yeah, let's see what we're gonna get. And so, later that night...
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Ah, man. It's true. Yeah, the storm comes raging in.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
Zombie! Yeah, and we are being watched. Yeah, an Alamegan resistance fighter is watching over us. But he's gonna take his leave. Yeah, we were hoping that no one would see us, but someone did. Drums, please. If there's no corpse, then how are we to conclude the rumors are true? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Arthano's theory of Ascian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Ascian is walking around in Xenos' body? It seems there's a distinct possibility. Once I put this grave back the way I found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body ever was buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos is properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He would as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Raubon needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send words for me at Rogar's Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. We shall make for the Rising Stones then. It's past time we shared these developments with the others. But how many others are left? And why would they even give him a proper grave to begin with? It doesn't seem to make much sense. So later on at the Rising Stones, hey there, Alice. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with the Rianger over Linkpearl and gave him a full report. Stona's on her way and should be here any... Ah! Yeah, we don't have many of our Scion friends left here to be with us. Just Alice, Ishtola, a Thancred. Alice, Corinne, 'tis good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Yeah, and who knows where Kryle is, too, because we haven't seen her in a while, either. Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I too would conclude that an Ascian now inhabits Xenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Corinne? Nay, Alphinaud has the right of it. With that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety. Capable though he has become, he ventures alone into the enemy's stronghold, and the shadowy web of the Paragons like as not. Yeah, we're definitely thinking about this one. When it comes to making rash decisions, I am in hardly a position to criticize, but... I'm just worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. And so, on those words, we'll take our 5,000 gil and complete this challenge. Stand strong and unified! So as is always the case with the completion of a story, there always has to be some additional cutscenes foreshadowing things that are to come. So, in the Imperial Palace, we see the Emperor and his son. We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan, every party behaving exactly as required. Yeah, someone who orchestrated this pretty well. My methods may seem extreme, but there's no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. Yeah, that's you say. But what if an Ascian really is in there? Meanwhile, over at a scrap heap of Garlean Magitech armor and other armaments, yeah, we have another Alamegan Resistance fighter here. What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier! Yeah. Remember the guy we had us watching us earlier? Yeah. Do you know what you're in for? What have you lost your mind? Yeah, you're not getting away, man. Yeah, this guy is clearly not on our side. I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood preparing to take my final bow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins, embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. Yeah, he works for the Garleans. And so, yeah, he was in the process of getting himself a machine to ride somewhere. And so this double agent is taking off to the skies. But, as you can see, yeah, surprise! Even though the main story may be finished properly, there's actually bonus content. There's actually a bonus main story quest once you've completed the main story. So yeah, this night is not yet finished.